Music is the soul of life, and music underscores every moment. And we're using music and being inspired by music all the time, whether we know it or not, whether we do it intentionally or whether it just happens. We use music to create certain states of minds for ourselves, to motivate us, to help us, sometimes to go inward and have a deeper experience, and sometimes to just be joyful and to be exuberant. And so to work with music, it's a lot working with states of consciousness, it's working with energy, it's working with happiness and joyousness, and it's working with purpose on your state of mind. I've always been in the music industry from the time I was little. Probably from the time I was born. I always was into music. I was always learning instruments and picking out songs and learning almost every instrument that I saw. And it was as I got older, I realized that my life's work was going to be about music. I think I've known for a long time that my life's work was going to be involved with music. Music is everything. Music is really meant to inspire and to change and to transform. And so whatever musical endeavor I'm involved in, whether it's original music, it's for uplifting and it's for creating an experience. So when I'm doing original music or the music for meditation or the music for yoga, I'm trying to help people get into a deeper state where they have a different experience of themselves, where they get in touch with their own deeper nature. When I'm doing music for dancing and for parties and for celebration, what we're going for is to create a celebration for people and to fill the room with an exuberance and a joyousness that everybody feels, so everybody can participate together and transform as a group even. Starlight is a really interesting community of musicians and artists and performers and producers, all working together for the common goal of creating something really unusual for private parties. It's live production, it's ever-changing, it's always evolving. My role is I run the company and I oversee everything, and I handpick everybody on the team. Once the team is assembled, we work together as a group. We all learn from each other. We all train together. We compare notes. We study, of course, music. We study crowd psychology. We study timeline and energy flow. And so at Starlight, what we really do is we create experiences. We use music, we use performance, we use repertoire, but we're creating experiences for people that are completely unique and different every time, different for everybody. And we take into account who are our clients, who are their friends, who are their family, what is their backstory, what's their style, what kind of an evening do they want to create for themselves, what kind of a party is it. There's so much information that goes into the mix that we're going to base our decisions on. Because music for live events it's a combination of things that are produced and that are thought about ahead of time. There's things that are prepared. And then there's a really large part of it that's intuitive in the moment. We have to have really good intuitive skills, and we have to be very flexible and spontaneous, and we need to be able to tap into the energy of what's happening, look at it, and then figure out how to be one step ahead, to be pulling it along to create the next moment before it happens. And there's a lot of skills involved in that, and it's a very, very interesting art form. I oversee the company, and I would say that the concept of what Starlight is something that evolves and that changes. We're very often reinventing. But what I do at Starlight is I oversee and I pick the team. And I'm a guitarist and I'm a musician and I play several instruments, but I play the guitar. And I sometimes perform with the band, sometimes lead the band, train our musical directors and our leaders, and participate in this collaboration that we all have together. My role at Starlight, I oversee all of the operations. I run the company. I'm a musician as well, part of the musician community. And I have the overall vision and concept of what Starlight is going to create at our events. Starlight is a community of artists and musicians and creative team that puts together music for private parties. What goes into putting an event together? You would be amazed at the amount of details and the amount of work and thought and production and pre-production that goes into a performance for a private event. First of all, we get to know our clients so that we understand what their vision is for the evening, and we try to get to know them so that we can interpret what their style is. What goes into putting an event together? We get to know our clients so that we have a lot of information. Then we prepare the ensemble and we make sure that we have all the elements that we need to do the kinds of music and to have the kind of options, because we never know exactly what we're going to do. That's the magic of live event production and live music for private parties, is you never know exactly what's going to happen, and you need to be prepared for anything, and you need to have the tools available to go any which way that it might go. It's a very unusual art form because it's different every time, and you have an idea, you kind of have a sketch and a blueprint going in, certainly of the timeline of the evening, but you don't know how it's going to feel, and so you have to always be one step ahead. So what we do is we get a lot of information from our clients, we understand who they are, we learn about the demographics of the guests, and we take a lot of information about music. We pore over the timeline, and we love to consult with what the timeline for the evening is going to be, because there's many different ways that you could approach. There's different strategies for the evening. There's any number of possibilities of the way the evening can go. So we make sure that we're prepared. We make sure that the ensemble and the performers have all of the elements that are needed for the kind of music that we think that we're going to play. We have a good timeline going in so that we know generally what's going to happen. And then you just need a great team, a great team of people who are warm, open, accessible performers with a really wide range of musical skills. And then we go live, and it's a real spontaneous, kind of flexible, interactive process. It's something that you can't really sample ahead of time. You have no way of knowing really what it's going to be, because it's different every time, because we're taking our cues and we're getting our information in what the next moment is going to be from the moment at hand. And so we're in the moment, but we're a step ahead trying to figure out what is the next great moment. So basically at Starlight, we create experiences, and we use all of our tools and all of our intuitive skills and all of the music at our disposal to create a momentum throughout the course of the night. It's basically a journey, and we use music to stimulate that, to underscore it, to inspire, and ultimately to create just a memorable, incredible celebration for people. It takes a very, very special group of people to create the kind of experiences that we create. The band leader, the musical directors, the talent, the performers, and the staff in the office doing pre-production, the production manager. Everybody has a very, very important role in making sure that the outcome is at the highest possibility. I am so lucky to have the team that I have. There are so many amazing, wonderful, warm, talented, creative people that go into putting all this together. It's a labor of love, and it's our life's work. The thing that's the most exciting to us and that we feel is the most successful is when we feel that the energy has reached a level where something different happens, where people are transformed, where people leave this night not the same as when they first came. And that's magic. That's really magic. And that's what our goal is, in a way. So a great night for us is when you feel the love, because we're in the business of Parties, I mean, that's our world, is parties, it's weddings, it's galas, it's celebrations, and people are coming wanting to have fun, and they're coming to have a happy time. And so in a way, it's our joy, and it's a gift in life to not only do music as life's work, but to be involved in the happy times and people's celebrations. So for us, a successful night is having created an energy where you can see how happy people are, you could see how joyful people are, you could feel the love between everybody there and us on stage. When you feel the magic on stage, when the performers create something really spontaneous and amazing, and then you feel that connection to the people on the dance floor, they feel it, and then everything feeds off each other and spirals and escalates and creates something that just wasn't there before. It creates a kind of an energy and a fun and a joyousness and an exuberance, and that's really what it's all about. We know the night is a success when we look at the dance floor and we feel the energy on the dance floor. We know the night's a success when we see our clients smiling and exuberant and joyful and partying with their friends. We know the night is a success when on stage we feel the magic and the energy and new highs are created all the time. We know it's a successful night when we feel that we've brought someone's vision to life and even exceeded their expectations. Most people hire us and they haven't really seen the band. I don't want to say really, I'm going to do it one more time. Most people hire us and they haven't seen the band. Most people have heard amazing things. They know people who were at an event that we played and they come back and say, oh my God, you know, this is just on another level, oh my God. But people don't really get to see it, and there's no way to sample it because it's not just about a band. It's an experience that we create. So of course the band is amazing, and the musicians are great, and the singers are great, and the performance is great, and that's almost a given because we are at the kind of top tier of what's out there. But many clients don't get to see the band first. They hire us because they've heard amazing things and they're trusting that this is really going to be on a level that they can't imagine. They still have no idea. Everybody expects a lot, but you can't imagine how good this is. It's just on another level. It's just the magic that we create is something that's so special. And what I love is on Monday, after the events of the weekend, the phone calls and the letters and the emails, and people always say the same thing. They say, I expected it to be good, but I had no idea. And that's really it. You don't have any idea how good it can really be when you put so much into it. You can't imagine how good it is. You just can't imagine. Our clients tend to be people who really want something amazing. Clients who hire Starlight have very high expectations and they want something really special. People hire Starlight when they want something really outstanding, because that's what we do, and that's really all we do. It's geared to be outstanding, people expect it to be, and that's what we deliver. Starlight is a community of performers and artists and programmers and musical arrangers, and there's a lot that goes into the integrity of our performances. And what's also very unusual about Starlight, unlike other music companies that have all different bands, Starlight has a big roster of talent. Starlight has a big roster of talent, and we train together in all of the different aspects of what's entailed to put together an amazing event like this. We do choreography, and all of the performers for all the bands learn together all of the new material that we're going to add, for example. The wardrobe is company-wide. The concept is really company-wide. So every ensemble is interchangeable to each other. And we all rehearse together, we train together, we use the same wardrobe, we use the same musical arrangements, we use the same technology. We use the same equipment, so that there's a common thread at Starlight that's very unusual and very unlike any other music company. Our performances range in size and in scope from a core ensemble of 7 or 8 pieces all the way to what we call the Starlight Experience, which is 18, 20, 25 performers when somebody wants a really, really big splash. The beauty of that is that the beauty of this kind of scenario is we have this very, very large roster of amazing performers, and sometimes we all work together. And sometimes we break up into smaller units. And you'll see in this here, this is a great example from an event that we did last year in Dallas. And it was a holiday party. So we did a special wardrobe and we did the red burgundy. It was a holiday party, so we did special red burgundy wardrobe. We coordinated with the clients and with their designer, and we looked at the theme of the night and the colors that they were going to use in the ballroom, and we designed wardrobe to match. And this is for a really big party. But you'll see when you look at the lineup of everybody that was there that night, we had so many of our performers. We have several divisions, and we have a whole division dedicated toward wedding ceremony music and special kinds of music. The more romantic, the more traditional, the more elegant. And in the course of a party, there's different segments. There's not just the dancing part of the party and the dinner and the dancing part. We collaborate often with our clients and come up with specific ensembles that fit a particular genre that we might be looking for. We may produce a Motown review. We may produce a swanky Latin jazzy cocktail party. We may do a Beatles band or a Beach Boys band. There's so many different things that we can do with the talent we have to create special moments. The skills required to create an exciting party are more than just being a good musician or being a good conductor or being a good musical director. And our musical directors sit together and we train together on all of the nuances and all of the artistic ideas that go into creating moments. Because we use music and performers to create moments. And that's really what makes us so unusual and so special. So Miyoshi and Rahman and me and Shannon and Darren and all of our directors sit around our table, our conference table on Tuesdays, and we talk about everything that happened at the events. And we all share notes and we talk about, did the timeline, was it effective? What could we have done differently? What song was what are the transitions and the segues and the moments? We really go through everything that happened and we get a lot of ideas. I love playing the guitar and I love performing with all of the people that are involved with Starlight. When we get on stage together, there's just some magic that happens, and I'm so lucky to have all of these people, and our clients are so lucky to have all of these people, and I think everyone in the band, regardless of what size the band is and what configuration we're with that night, everybody feels very privileged to be performing with each other, because our talent is really pulled from the highest levels in the music industry. And everybody is very aware of who they're standing next to and what everybody brings. And this is a very unusual group of performers that are just at the top of their game. And I'm so lucky that they're all here at Starlight, and everybody feels lucky. We travel a lot together. We perform all over the country, and very often when we're traveling, we're doing the very big group where we have everybody in the company, and sometimes there's 25 or 30 of us on stage and traveling, walking through airports together, and people are looking like, what is this? Like, what is this group? Because there's so many different types of performers and so many different types of people. Everybody has a different style, and everybody has that star caliber, that star quality to them. And when we get on stage together, it sparks and it's electrifying. And it's geared toward private parties. We're not doing a show. We're not doing a concert. We're very aware of what we're there for. We're there to create an experience for our clients and for their friends and to create a platform for celebration. And so there is this instinctive knowingness of just how much performance to do and when to roll it out and when to open it up and when to lay back and when to feel it out. And this is another aspect that makes us so unusual, is that we really do understand what this medium is, and we've created an ensemble in this medium that there's just nothing like it. I think what I want our clients to know is that it's our greatest joy to create something that's spectacular for them. And it's very unusual to have the resources to create something spectacular in this end of the entertainment industry, because it's blah. Oh, that's enough on that. It's unusual to have the resources and the desire to do something this special. And we do. And it makes our job amazing. It makes us feel that we've hit home runs all the time. It's our job to make our clients' dreams come true. And we really do. When I read the letters that our clients write us, I'm so gratified when I see after it's over that they really get it. All the things that we talk about beforehand, you can't really understand what it translates into when it's live and when it's exciting and when it's transcendent. And so after it's over, people really realize what it is we're talking about, and they're just over the moon about it. When I talk about the way that we create the playlist in motion while we're up there performing, we're trying to figure out what is the next great moment, and how are we going to segue from one song to the other, and how are we going to cross genres in the middle of a song and be doing something that may be reminiscent of something old school, but then bringing in something very current, and it's having all the different age groups dancing together and exciting. Well, people get it after the fact when they realize that they couldn't have imagined how high their party would go, and not only how much fun, but how inspired they were by what we created. That's our biggest joy, and that's where we feel the most success, because we do it all the time, and it's always a home run, and we make people happy. We're there at people's happiest times. We're part of their happiest days, and we're there making it even better. And that is amazing. I love what I do. The fact that we can work in music and in parties and work with each other and make people happy is such a joy and such a gift. One of our gifts is interpreting what our clients want, even when they don't know what they want. And we have a way of discerning what is going to motivate them and delivering that. And maybe even having a follow-through throughout the whole evening. There might be something that we discussed, let me say that again. There might be something we discussed about music for their ceremony, a song they really liked, but we wound up not using because they liked something else better. Well, we're going to remember that, and maybe we'll play it later in the night when they're walking up to cut their cake, or maybe in the middle of some fun contemporary song, we'll throw a strain in of something else. We're doing really creative things like that all throughout the night that are very personal, because we're always looking for those personal touches and how to infuse something into our repertoire that is going to be specifically meaningful to our clients. I am so proud of this team. Every time they go out, I know they're going to create that Starlight experience that means so much to all of us. I'm so proud of this team. They go out and get incredible rave reviews, make people so happy, and really express the Starlight experience. I'm so proud of this team and so grateful for everybody that finds themselves drawn to Starlight, because it's very special people that are at Starlight, and it's a community, and it's a cast, and it's a group of like-minded people who all want to create happiness, and that's what we do.